My world fell apart the day I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in the summer of 2019. It wasn't a small decline, it was an instant shattering of everything I thought defined me. My career as a physical therapist, which I had spent many years building, stopped overnight. My identity as someone who loved to work out, that was gone. I felt completely lost, like my life was crumbling around me and I had zero control. That was a horrible place to be at. You lose your daily routines, your sense of self, even your vision of the future is gone. In those dark days, I felt like the only way through this was some huge, dramatic change in my life. But here's the truth, that's not what saved me. What saved me was the smallest actions I decided to take daily. And I came up with 5 daily habits that became my lifeline. These 5 steps didn't just help me survive cancer, they helped me discover the resilience I didn't know I had. And I believe me that I can do the same for you if you try. Here's the first habit: reclaim your day with your gentle routine. When life falls apart, the first thing to go was my daily routines. My days were once packed with going to see patients, daily workouts, and plans for the future. They turned to endless doctor's visits, plenty of blood work, and chemotherapy visits. It became overwhelming for my life. So my first habit was to rebuild a gentle routine, not a strict schedule. I already had one. I didn't want a strict schedule because I didn't want to be confined to something. So just some small daily habits I could count on. And I started with a simple one: waking up at 5 in the morning every single day. That's it. Such a tiny little act, but it was my first win of the day. It reminded me I still control my life. Your routine can look totally different. Maybe starting the day with a simple cup of coffee, reading the newspaper, or reading a book. Doesn't matter. The point isn't what action you take, it's that you decide to do it consistently. Building a structure gives you the stability, and stability gives you the courage to go on. Habit number 2: nurture your inner world through expression. The what if can be overwhelming. During chemotherapy treatments, my mind was in a storm. What if the cancer comes back? What if I can't do what I used to do? Keeping those thoughts inside me basically were destroying me, they were crushing me. So, the second habit then was expressing myself. I started to journal all my thoughts every morning. I write something, a sentence, one or two or three pages. It doesn't have to be neat or positive. I just wrote what I felt, the feeling I was feeling those days. After writing what I felt lighter. Maybe for you, it's talking to a friend and telling them, what are you feeling today? Maybe it's painting or just simple listening to music you grew up with. The method doesn't matter. What matters is creating space for your emotions so they don't eat you alive. Remember that. Habit number 3: fuel your body with intention. I lost the gym overnight. I couldn't work out like I used to. Gyms are not the most sterile places to go while you're in chemotherapy. So I realized if I couldn't work out the way I used to, I could still feel my body correctly. So the habit number 3, I started eating and drinking with a purpose. I began to see food not just as comfort food, but as medicine. I drank plenty of water every single day. I ate smaller meals. I couldn't control my cancer, but I could control how I took care of my body. Remember that. Now we go to step number 4, habit 4. Master the art of active rest. We live in a culture that glorifies constant hustle. But when you're dealing or fighting cancer, hustle will destroy you. I had to learn to slow down and learn that rest isn't being weak. It was easy. It was a way to rebuild my body. Resting became my fourth habit. That meant having some downtime on purpose, not waiting to collapse when I was exhausted from constantly moving, but giving myself permission to breathe, to sit in silence, to meditate, or just to listen to music I grew up with. I had to drop that guilt. Some days, resting was my most productive thing I could have ever done. And if you're facing adversity, you need to hear this. Rest isn't quitting, it's just preparing you to rise stronger again. Habit number 5, seek connection, not just support. And this is very important because when everything is falling apart, people will always say to you, let me know if you need anything. Now, they all mean well, but support isn't always the same as connecting. I was surrounded by family and great friends that I could call them my second family, but they really didn't understand my feelings, what I was going through at the moment. I felt I needed someone to speak that understood my cancer. I made the decision that I needed to speak to someone who had walked the same path as me. I decided to join an online cancer support group. The first time I shared my feelings with someone and heard back, I know exactly what you mean. It was like a dam broke from me. All these feelings I've been holding back just seeped out. So that's the fifth habit. Seek real connection, whether it's in a support group, a trusted friend, or someone that is going through cancer. Get a community online, get someone, because connection is the antidote to despair. It reminds you you're not alone and you don't have to carry the weight in your shoulders by yourself. So there you have them. 5 habits that help me rise stronger when life crumbles. Reclaim your day with a gentle routine. Nurture your inner world through expression. Fuel your body with intention. Master the art of active rest. Seek connection, not just support. None of these are miracle cures in the battle with cancer for you. They didn't make my cancer disappear or heal me, but they gave me back my hope and the strength I needed the most to continue fighting. They proved to me that even in the darkest time of my life, I could still go on. So choose small daily actions that rebuild your life. Now I want to ask you this simple question. Which of these habits speak to you the most? Which one will you try today? If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and share it with someone that may need it, that may need to hear this message. Check out my other videos on cancer and resilience and personal growth on my channel. And remember, when life crumbles, you can still rise stronger, one small step at a time.